Hey, and welcome to another episode of Chopping It Up. This is where I bring some of my favorite people, and we just talk football. We can bounce around topics. It's not always city based, but today is, baby. It's international break, so I'm using this time to reconnect with some of my favorite people and talking the club that we love. Like, rate, review, leave a comment, subscribe, all of those fun things. But if you are just watching on YouTube, if you're listening on a podcast app and you aren't subscribed to our Patreon, our $6 tier, you're only going to get 10 minutes of this fantastic conversation. You only have about 8 minutes left. Subscribe, $6 a month. You get so much content, city-based, not city-based, city men, city women, great times. Check our episode description. The link is even in the YouTube, even though I know links don't entirely work there. But check us out. You will enjoy it all. But today, we are bringing back our good friend, Tom Harrison. How are you?
I'm good. That's a big introduction. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I had such a good time having you on. The way that I actually work is I feel a little weird, kind of harassing. There are certain people that I have on somewhat often, but I feel like I hate being a drag or like constantly harassing people. And then the summer hit and lost track of time. And I was like thinking, I was like, man, it's been a while since I've had Tom on. Well, here we are, plenty to catch up on. But we will start here with something light, something fun. What is something you think is overrated about football?
Arne Slot.
Oh,
and Arne
let's
Slot's
go.
Liverpool. I think last year to be fair, he did well, but the vast majority of the things that went on at Liverpool last year, in my opinion, are muscle memory from that Jurgen Klopp team.
Yes.
That I think now he's starting to implement what would be his style of play. And I'm not sure the players he's brought in, certainly in defence, in the fullbacks, are good enough to do what he wants them to do. I can't understand the way he's using Milos Kerkez at all. He was a real flying wing back for Bournemouth. Got forward on plenty of occasions, got loads of assists for me in my fantasy football team last year. And now he seems to just be told to stay in the defensive third of the pitch. And he just doesn't look comfortable there at all. I don't think Frimpong's a good fit on the right hand side either. And I feel like they're just really easy to play through at the minute. And I'm actually I think we play them at the start of November, and I think that's the perfect time because we're now getting some momentum, starting to figure things out, I think, after a bit of a shaky start to the season. But I think it's going to culminate at the perfect time. And I just think a lot of what he did last year, although I think he managed the situations well, there was a good squad there already. Granted, he didn't make any signings, but yeah, I think they were. I mean, I probably overrated them too in the summer when they brought in Wirtz and brought in Isak, and the fullbacks they are good players, but whether or not they're the right fit, I think we'll see this season. But I think everyone, including myself, probably thought, wow, he's built like he's come in, he's steadied the ship. It could have gone really bad. It could have gone really bad last season, but it didn't. And I thought they were just going to build, but I was wrong. And it looks as though maybe they're going to have a bit of a tricky season, but they've had a bad week. Let's see they've got United when they come back. If they lose at home to United, then Can you?
Yeah.
So win-win.
Us both rubbing our hands.
It's a win-win. They can either both draw, which would be great, or either one of them loses, and that's just great as well. So yeah, I think a lot of people are guilty of overrating Arne Slot, including myself.
Of course, I feel like you can't win the league and then spend 600 odd million pounds and not expect you to continue the good form, at least. That's kind of the easiest way to put it. I do have one friend. He is a Liverpool supporter, and he hated Arne Slot from like the beginning. Like even like last season, he was just like, I don't like anything that he's doing. I don't really understand it. He just has Klopp's team. So I'm not really impressed by him, and I am very worried about next season.
Interesting.
He in himself is just a very he's a boisterous character, so I wasn't quite sure where, like, if he truly meant it. But he's always spoke about it. Even when all the players were coming in, he was excited, but he still was like, Slot's not the guy. Slot is not the guy, the way that he's using them. And it's all been very interesting. Naturally, the loss of Diego Jota, that is a huge loss for them, like obviously as a player, but spiritually, you can tell Salah is not the man that he was. But even just the form of the play, people seem very lost and confused. Like Salah's he's not kind of like the beginning of the counters where we're so used to Liverpool. Second they get the ball, they're like Salah first, and it's like everybody else wants the ball before they decide to give it to one of their greatest players of all time. It's been very interesting. Obviously, this Vert situation, he hasn't been able to get himself situated. Etikite, he seems great. But yeah, Isak seems a little bit off it. I don't think he's quite in shape. I've been seeing a lot of videos of him just like hunched over during a match. Like, that's so wild that I think it's funny. He was trying so hard to get out of Newcastle. And it's like, were you not working out? Is the only gym that you use Newcastle's? Like, what? You knew you were about to leave for 150 million plus. You would think that you would want to prove yourself or like hit the ground running. That has not happened. We know the man's talented. We know they'll figure it out. The fullback part is super interesting. Like putting Solskjaer back there. But obviously that help that makes the defense worse. It doesn't even seem like he wants to score more than the opponent.
They've got a real tricky balance issue, I think, because if you take Szoboszlai, although I don't think creatively he's very good, I think he had so much out of possession and so much energy, which is sort of typical of Klopp's Liverpool. And if you take him out, they have quite a sort of rigid midfield. So you'd have a Gravenberch, McAllister and Wirtz or whoever else comes in. I think they've just got a real balance issue, and that's affected by the fullbacks as well, because Frimpong's not a right back. He was utilised at Leverkusen very high on the right hand side, almost as a auxiliary sort of right winger. And then Salah wants to play in exactly the same sort of positions. So yeah, I think they got an issue. I've said to Bailey, I know you know Bailey. I think that if he doesn't have a great season this year, Slot, if he finishes sort of third or something, I think he could. I don't know. I've got a feeling that it could come all stuck next season, and he could like end up getting sacked or something like that.
I'm with you, honestly.
I've just got a feeling about it. And he started to rub me up the wrong way a bit. I think last year I quite liked him, but he's been a bit sort of confrontational, I think, in press conferences this season. Now, obviously, like you say, I know they're all dealing with like the loss of a colleague with Jota, and and things like that. So those aspects will come into play. But I feel like he's switched up a little bit this season, and it'll just be interesting to see how it plays out if things continue to slide.
Yeah, I agree. Where Slot came in, and I was like, okay, this energy is better than Klopp. Am I not going to hate Liverpool? And
yeah,
then
I
it
thought
was
that.
the first City Liverpool match where, you know, Bernardo had that moment with Salah, and then he made that little like jab about 115. And that's when I was like, okay, interesting. And just kind of throughout the season, he would just kind of show that he was just as intense as Klopp, honestly. But at least with Klopp, with the anger, he would also give that like unbridled joy. So like you could kind of understand the passion because you got both sides. You got the happy, you got the